Hello, hello, and welcome once again. J76NY here, looking at the island of Ceylon and the carrier Indomitable. Indomitable is going to be released for repair. She took a mighty beating in the last couple episodes, so we are going to release her for repair. Let's see, 48 days. Oh, that's quite some time, and right now, Formidable is the only carrier that we have with Task Force Baker. Also in the area, we have Task Force Apollo, which is the King George V. Various cruisers and destroyers. They're going to be patrolling up over here. I may actually bring them in a little closer, kind of in a pattern like this. Keep them in between these two islands. If they start taking flak from the air, we'll move them out again. Task Force 1's moving over. They have supplies, troops, engineering. Right now we are looking at building the air base, either the air base or the port up to a level 1 or a level 2 there. We have Task Force 2, which is heading up. Supplies and engineering here as well, but no fuel. Colombo is hosting the USS Boise. She is waiting for more command points so she can have some company. It's going to be our second surface group, and they're going to be charged with probably patrolling down in this area or up in here. Right now, it is a matter of transport capacity for supplies and troops. We got plenty of troops stationed throughout the theater, 25,000 there, 12,000 there, hardly any there. These guys are under siege, but they look like they're doing fairly well. And this space we have to take, so there's also 10,000 there, not to mention what we have at our regular bases. I've stripped them pretty heavy, so there's 4,500 there and 6,500 there, so about 11,000 more can come from our main bases. Looking at where we stand in terms of getting the sea lanes open, we are 26 ships out from receiving more supplies per turn. I don't remember if that includes command points. I don't think it does, which sucks, but it is what it is. So we are going to get into the episode today. If I could see that, it would be nice. Day 329, the 20th of February, 1940. As Task Force 1, they are under attack from the air. I've got them maneuvering. They've scattered. Looks like there's about 5 of them inbound. Let's see, if I were to guess, I'd say they're going either for the Polar Chief or possibly the Lochelle. My guess is the Polar Chief, though. Well, maybe not. Maybe going for you. But our ships are maneuvering as they can. Well, looks like they dropped their bombs. They missed, so it's obvious who they're going after. Let's get you turning back. Maneuver in the other direction here. Can't even see her. She might not be going for this plane. Yeah, it's the only one that's here, so unless they're going for Clan Campbell, which they could be. So we'll have you reverse your turn. Don't stop shooting. Yeah, they still got their bombs. Clan Campbell is their unfortunate target. Yeah, looks like we didn't get any hits on them whatsoever with our anti-aircraft guns. But they did miss, so that is a good thing. Right now, you have to go for reverse there, bud, before you run into anyone. You should pass just astern. Alright, well, it's obvious who they're going to target now, so we got to get some cap up. We don't have a whole lot of cap on Formidable, so they're going to do what they can. Another air attack on our empty merchants. This is Task Force 2. Now, they've got quite the attack coming in on them. So this might not work out very good for us. Can't really afford to be losing merchants. Merchants are a hot commodity in this campaign. And these right here, these are like 12 command points a pop, and they carry 1,000 troops, 1,000 fuel. A little more than that, but can't really afford to be losing these guys. I did put together a fuel task force. Let's have you... Doesn't look like either one of these groups is going for this flight here. Looks like they're going for the Bantam, actually. Or the Iron Chieftain. Did they drop? They did. So they dropped on Bantam. Bantam is fairly lucky so far. Does have some damage. Who would you be going for? Durham Castle. To get you maneuvering in a different direction here. Try and get you out of harm's way. They were a little far out for cap, so that's why they don't have any cap. They don't have a whole lot of cap to provide them either, so... Alright, well that was definitely a little bit nerve-wracking. Right now in the campaign, I'm mostly focused on moving freight, which is not entirely exciting to watch, which is why I haven't been showing it. But these air attacks are not entirely exciting to watch either. They're not entirely exciting to play. So we are going to get the damages fixed on the little Bantam. No fires have broken out, so that is a good thing, but they dodged a bullet. And they will continue on. I've got one going to Adu. That's Task Force 1, and Task Force 2 is probably going to go back up to Bombay to pick up some more stuff. Okay, I've kind of changed my plans a little bit here. Task Force Baker is going to come back and re-up their air wing. I just have to remember to leave enough supplies there for them to do it. Task Force 1 and Task Force 2. Task Force 2 is going to come down here. They're going to clean out as many troops and supplies as they can while still leaving some for rearming purposes here. Then all three groups are going to head for Port Blair. I've got to make some forward progress in this campaign if I ever want to get it completed. So we're going to start that. Then both the transports are going to head up here, where we have 28,000 troops. we're going to start ferrying troops. Hopefully we can flood them with enough troops that it overwhelms them. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but that's what I'm going to try. Scout Martlet was overflying Port Blair, and now he's going to crash. I feel for you, man, but you got a little close there. Two fuel tankers are here, ready to go. All right. Oh, there it is, up in the corner. Wow. Oh, we're one shy. Oh, that sucks. One fucking fuel shy. No, maybe we're not. Hang on. Oh, I guess we're not. And we can even do that. Yep. All right. Well, let's see what we have now. 5 Hurricanes and 3 Blenheims. All right. Good job, Task Force 10. Let's see. Go back here. All right. We got 10 command points. We can grab another merchant. Iron class. Oh. 12. And we're 1 command point short. Nice. Small merchant. I need medium merchants. Let's see. M3 class medium merchant. 5. I could get 2 of them. I could get 1 of them. Okay. Do we have any more medium merchants? Oh, we do. So that's 9. If we have something that's 2, we could do that. What is all this shit? Oh, we got the Surcouf? I didn't know that. What the fuck? This whole time I didn't know I had that. Alright, what's this? Auxiliary cruiser. Not available. Are they not available? I don't see any. Here, let's. Cannot command ship. So a Michael class auxiliary. Oh, they're German. Gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, let's just go through here. See if we can find some, oops. Find some really cheap transports. Japanese have quite the transport list. Yep, alright, never mind. That's good. Right there. Task Force 10. Which I thought we already had. Task Force 10. Alright, whatever. Let's manage your cargo. Grab 500 fuel and 400 more troops. I'm going to send you up to the staging area up here. So that would give us 2, 10, 16. All right. Makers on their way down to get more planes. Then we're going to head on over. We're with Task Force 10. They have an encounter with something. Not entirely sure what, but we have 709 seconds until we can actually leave. It's a sea state of 6. Very curious what this might be. So far I'm not seeing any type of wake or anything from torpedoes. And we're not picking up anything in terms of planes or... Well, there we go. What do we have? Oh, we have a merchant. That merchant is armed. And we are not. So it is time to turn and run. Which is what we're going to do. Not that these transports, these tankers are overly valuable, but I don't really need to lose them. So we're going to try and get out of here. This guy's going to shoot at us the whole time, and we will leave the combat area. And I seem to have taken a very intense interest in our transports here. Our fuel tankers. That's kind of interesting. Or reverse your turn. Reverse your turn. Try and get some of them down. We're not going to. Or at least evade the bombs that are falling on us as we speak. There we go. There's a lot of bombs missing. Let's check the next wave, see how that goes. There's a lot of bombs missing again. Alright. Here we go. Oh shit, she did actually take some damage. Miner. Well, miner's better than sunk. We'll bring her to a stop. Stop making smoke. You can stop making smoke too, but keep going. Alrighty. This is what we do. We fight the war, one bombing raid at a time. Task Force Apollo has something. An encounter. We got ships. Ooh, we got ships. Hello. What do we have out there? What do we have? Something way too far away to be able to see? I'm thinking. We got a merchant convoy. I mean, granted, it's escorted. That's a nice juicy target right there. Let's just go down the line and make sure there isn't any battleships or anything like that hanging out with them. A couple destroyers. How far out? Let's get this whole task force up to speed. Turn in. Kimberly, you are the closest to the enemy. 19,000 yards out. You're already taking fire. Alright, so we're going to identify these guys. And then we're going to open fire on them when we are in range. Which is going to be soon. Kimberly's kind of at a disadvantage here. We got 16,000 yards. Frostbinder has 21,000 yards. Let's have her target the tailing destroyer. They're already in range. King George the 5th. We're going to have you target that destroyer. We'll identify him in a second. I can do that on my own time. Durban, 21,000 yards. Let's have you target that destroyer right there. You're going to target that destroyer as well. The one ship that is turning into us. Dan A with 21,000 yards. We'll have you target this destroyer right there. Enterprise. We'll have you start working on the merchants right there. Let's just make sure everybody has a target. And then I will go through and identify these ships as needed. I'll probably use the Nubian because she's going to be, or I could use Worcester. Or Paladin. A lot of these ships don't have targets here. Kimberly, I'm not liking how you are taking fire so far. So, I'm going to identify these guys. We are going to open up with them, on them, and hopefully sink every single one of them. Alright, so Kimberly is taking damage. She is smoking here. So far they have focused just on her. It's minor. So we're going to continue on course and keep firing. We are, of course, missing everything in sight by a factor of several miles. We do have, we did have one of their destroyers smoking, but they got the fires under control. Who is focusing on you? Right, they're going 12 knots. I'm going to take the King George V. Manual fire, narrow spread. We're going to put this right there. We should have... Well, we're kind of heading towards them, closing the distance a little bit, but still. Come on. Go ahead and shoot. You're in arc. No. By the time they get the guns trained, it's going to be way too far. Alright, hold your fire. Kimberly is starting to make me a little nervous with her damages. We see them out there. We got this Hatsuharu that's coming right at us. So we are targeting them. Looks like the big guns of the King George missed. So let's put you right there. There we go. That was a full salvo. Hold your fire. We only have 48 rounds of high explosive. And I just started firing. Okay. Got plenty of armor piercing. Well, that wasn't too bad. Oh. Right there. I was looking at the wrong shells here. How are you doing? Are we hitting you at all? Is there any damage to you at all? There's one hit. Nope. Not at all. Are you firing? Yes. Secondaries. Fire. Alright, I probably missed it. There we go. It's not bad. Alright, we'll let one more salvo out. Oh, oops, wrong ship. See. Put it right there. Can't believe I'm so low on high explosive already. Now this this guy coming in on me and not getting hit at all is completely fucking ridiculous. Hold your fire. $18 knots, 9,000 yards. We should be able to hit her at 9,000 yards. Still no damage on Akazuki. Starting to think maybe we should be focusing on these. Looks like she's maneuvering. Is she launching torpedoes at us? It's a good bet. Alright, Kimberly. She's going to turn. We're going to accommodate. Very bold Hatsuharu. Alright, we might have actually gotten some hits here. Some of our ships aren't firing because they're just not in range yet. 24,000 yards still. I do have them focusing on transport. 16 knots here. Let's put you right there. Looks like we're getting some hits, just not as many as I would like to see for as close as she is. Even manual. Like, where's the rounds I fired at her? Right there. Okay. So we'll put it a little bit further ahead. Like that. are starting to turn directly into them. Let's, she's down to 11 knots. 27,000 yards, or 22,000, alright, gotcha. She's picked her speed up. We're still quite a ways away. They're all running, so... Looks like we got near misses here that round. We could always put a round into one of the merchants just to kind of put something into them. Whoops. Hold your fire. Just go regular. 28% solution. I'm about to start splitting some of these off and maneuvering them on their own. Okay, Paladin. 23,000 yards. Almost within range? Nope. We really should be getting more hits than what we are. Open up. You're going to run out of high explosive anyway, so might as well run out on your own. We're moving pretty fast, though. Trying like hell to get away with the exception of this Hatsuharu. Oh, we actually got a hit in the stern there. Anyone else smoking? Of course not. Everyone's missing. $19 knots. Looks like we got some decent hits there. She came out as if she was going to launch torpedoes, so that very well may be a thing inbound. I didn't see any torpedoes, but that doesn't mean she didn't launch them. And eventually we're going to have to close the distance and stop shooting at this guy, which is why I'd like to put her down for the count. Well, Kimberly suffered a magazine explosion. So she is more than likely out of the action. Ridiculous. Critical and critical. So we're going to have her try and make smoke turn around and leave the area while everyone else misses this guy. She could act as bait. 21,000 yards out. Paladin, 20,000 yards out. I don't think she's firing at all. Enterprise, 23,000 yards. You're almost there. Probably be better to start shooting at one of these guys here. Let's have you retarget. Fire. Just at the outside of the range. Akazuki's unharmed. Everyone else is unharmed. Got a little bit of damage here. Hatsuharu is running. She's taking a lot of damage. I don't think this ship here, Kimberly's going to survive. If she does, she's heading back. Right, just open fire. Yeah, we're firing armor piercing at Akazuki here. I don't think we've gotten one hit. Not one hit. Got half the fleet firing on this ship. Seems not to really be noticing. Or caring. Doesn't really care. So down to 12 knots. Alright, manual. I'm going to put it out in front of this guy, too. And we can run the damage up the ship. And then up the next ship. It's going to waste a lot of ammo, but we're wasting ammo anyway, so difference does it make. Might as well take a wild shot in the dark and maybe hit something. If this group gets away, I'm going to be kind of pissed. No reason why this group should be getting away. Well, we came pretty close. Alright, hold your fire. It's funny how close we came. Alright, are you firing your stern gun still? Yep. Hatsuharu is looking just as bad as Kimberly. Oh, what do we have here? We actually hit them. So we're going to try again. Akazuki's going 12 knots. I'm assuming this guy's doing about the same. We'll fire one salvo at her, one at the Akazuki. This Hatsuharu. Now, almost within range. You can almost start shooting. 19,000. Dan A should be able to fire, yeah. Akazuki. I lost track of what I was doing there. It's down to 10 knots. Probably slowing down for this guy. We have to break some of these ships off and go into pursuit mode. I mean, we could go after these transports here with some of these guys. Just missed. If we could slow some of the transports down, that would be ideal. Let's have you head north. She's still firing on Hatsuharu, that's smoking. Oh, there we go. That was a nice hit. That was a nice hit. Akazuki suffers magazine explosion. Sweet. Alright, that one got hit again. Alright, so these big guns could probably start focusing on some that are further out. Or this guy. Let's have you stop targeting Akazuki. Hold your fire. Start targeting this little destroyer here. Manual fire. W7 suffers a magazine explosion. Okay. Sweet. There we go. Is Kimberly still taking fire? Should probably slow her down a little bit here. Maybe we can get some of the fires out. I don't have a lot of hopes for it, though. How about the Hatsuharu? How are we doing with that? Alright. Hold your fire. Stop targeting Hatsuharu. Start targeting you. 14,000 yards out. Paladin. Alright. 17,000 yards out. Fire. King George. Akazuki took another pretty solid hit there. So did this guy. And a magazine explosion. So I think this southern force is pretty much done. Let's put... Actually, 7 knots still. Hold your fire. Oh, hold your fire. There we go. Alright, good. Alright, we're going to do one more round here. She's only going 7 knots, so we'll put that right there. And then we can start focusing on other things. Alright, how's this looking? Not taking any hits. Paladin, are you firing? Yes, you are. Durham. Hatsuharu, which is way down there. Hold your fire. Start targeting this ship here. Akazuki sinking. Okay, good. Right there. Just trying to get some valid targets here. Alright, make sure we have everybody. Nope. 21,000, 16,000. Okay. Let's have you open up with your secondaries. Yes, I know I don't have to go through this one at a time, but I'm doing it anyway. Sorry. And you're still a little far out. Kimberly. Poor Kimberly. How's the Hatsuharu doing? She's smoking, burning pretty good. What's the damage on her? Heavy. Heavy and minor. Alright. $16 knots. Let's have you manual fire. It's going to take a while to get the guns to train. What? Why are you not firing? Okay, go to armor piercing then. If you don't have any... There you go. Figure it out. Figure it out, buddy. And here we're looking at the last ship in the convoy. We got everyone else down. Took a little bit. A lot of our ships are out of ammo, but the King George is not, so she's going to continue to fire on this merchant right here. Is down to 12 knots. But she is taking a beating, being the focus of every single one of our ships, even the ones that are out of range. Kimberly, take a look at Kimberly here. She has got her fires under control. Unfortunately, her forward guns are out of action. Her damage is critical. She has critical flooding. So she's going to be going back to port at the next opportunity we get, which is going to be very soon. Because I don't think this guy's going to last very much longer. The entire fleet is going to go back to port and rearm. We'll release Kimberly. And pick up maybe another destroyer to replace her, maybe a cruiser. I might add the Brooklyn into this force here. I was planning on using Brooklyn as kind of the centerpiece of a new force, but she's just been sitting there not doing anything, so might as well contribute a little bit to the war effort while she's here. I do wish the mod... had the other American ships that were in, like the carriers. Those would be very handy. They'd be very expensive, but they'd be very handy. We do have carriers of the British variety that are available, and at some point I may bring them out. We saw at the beginning of the episode how long it's going to take to get Indomitable back. I think it was like 38 or 48 days. So, we'll get her back after she's done. Another salvo from KG5. She's coming to a complete stop here. Let's just put it right on her. Let's just put these 14-inch shells, armor piercing, right through her. Watch our handiwork here. All right, here we are. Gonna have you come back and rearm. Hopefully we have enough. We should have enough to rearm them all. This is the status of our invasion fleet right here. Currently 6 o'clock in the morning, so they're obviously not going to be going in there. Timing it so that we can get them in there, at least in under cover of darkness, is going to be kind of a challenge. They are pretty slow, but I think we can do it, and I think this is going to be the beginning of a fairly successful invasion because we've got plenty of troops to pull from up here, even though they did put a pissant little force on to Rangoon. Not really too worried about that. We've also got 10,000 here at Trincomalee with a negative amount of supplies. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but that's the plan going forward. Anyway, if you liked today's episode, hit the like button. If you have any thoughts, tips, or advice, leave those in the comments below. If you want to follow along, hit the subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. J76NY saying thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a very good day.